Hey guys, my name is Professor Ray Casillas. I am the head instructor for Tennessee Brazilian Jiu Jitsu Academy. We're about ready to go over 20 basic moves for a white belt. To help demonstrate those are Ryan Show Your Fro Froman and Sarah Panda Toyota. Alright guys, we're about ready to go over basic break fall. We have two demonstrators. They're going to go and take a seat on their butts. Hands will be at a 45-degree angle and they'll start to fall backwards. As you notice, as they fall backwards, the meaty palm of their hands will be slapping the mat, chin will be tucked to their chest, and their knees will stay bent. Alright, so one of the basic things that you'll learn in Jiu Jitsu is proper stand to base. If you notice, both demonstrators are in a right-handed stance, right hand posted on the mat, left hand posted up on their top knee. They're going to push up and make sure they go to a wide base and disengage the opponent. Again, one more time. Right hand on the mat, legs are forming an L, hand up to protect, and a wide base. Alright guys, we're about ready to go over a basic shrimp drill or elbow escape. If you noticed, demonstrator is going to be flat on his back and pushing off both feet, trying to bend his body in half, reach down and touch his toes. Feet will stay stationary, they will not move. Again, one more time. Notice how his feet do not move. Now we have Sarah that's going to demonstrate a one leg up, one leg down shrimp. Pushing again, foot does not move, body bends in half, chin up off the ground, and reaching down, touching her toes. Alright guys, now we're getting ready to demonstrate a forward roll. Again, another basic necessity for Jiu Jitsu. As you notice, demonstrator is tucking over one shoulder and not rolling over the spine of her back, but from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Again, as she goes, tucks her head, rolls right on over, and should be into a combat base or defensive posture position. Now she's going to go from standing, rolling over the shoulder blades, and able to stand up. Again, one more time. Tucks the head and shoulder, basic forward roll. Alright, one of the other key essentials to know is a backwards roll. Very important as a beginner. You'll start from a seated position, tuck your head to one side, and roll over the shoulder blade. Again, we do not roll over the center of our spine or over the top of our head. As you notice, demonstrator will take a seat, roll over the shoulder and to her knees. Again, one more time. And your basic backwards roll. Alright, next thing we're getting ready to go over is a sprawl. If you notice, both demonstrators in a wrestling position will post both hands on the mat and kick their hips out and back. Alright, now we'll have both demonstrators facing each other, and we're going to go over a basic double leg takedown. One of the most basic essentials you'll learn. Opponent drops level and takes her shot. In the double A, you can either end inside the guard or inside control. Again, both demonstrators will face each other. She drops her level, front knee hits the ground, back leg trails, grabbing both hamstrings and ending either inside control or in the guard. Alright, the next throw that we'll be going over is just a basic hip toss. If you notice, she's going to take a penetration step in. Again, demonstrator will grab the sleeve, the collar, step in with her trail leg, underhook, pop her hip out the opposite side, and finish with a basic hip toss. Alright, the next thing we're getting ready to go over is your basic scissor sweep. The demonstrator will take her left hand, reach up to the cross collar, Right hand on the sleeve. Do a basic shrimp towards the sleeve. Bring her left knee up and across the body. Lift the opponent up. And then continue on with dropping her bottom leg. And with a scissor motion with her legs, we'll finish in the mount position. All right, next thing that we're going to work on is breaking someone's guard. As you notice, the demonstrator is going to have both hands on the belt line. And from there, she's going to shift her right knee to that individual's butt cheek, kick her left knee out, and roll her lower back out. That should separate the ankles. Again, right knee in, left knee back, roll the lower back. And from here, we'll go into what we call a combat base. As you notice, the knee that she had in the butt cheek will come up, foot on the mat, and from here we start to work our basic cut through. As you noticed in the cut through, she's going to drive her knee all the way across, step her back leg through, reach for the underhook on the top side. Again, one more time, lead knee cuts through, back leg steps over, underhook, lift the elbow, and baseball slide through into side control. Once we've established side control, we need to make sure that our knee that is closest to the hip is tight against the hip. The knee that is closest to the armpit is either in the armpit or sprawled out. Lead hand is underneath the head. Trail hand is up underneath the armpit with a gable grip. Notice how demonstrator is sprawling out. Again. Once we've established a solid side control position, another basic move would be knee on belly. As you notice, demonstrator is going to go ahead and post up on both hands, push off of her feet, and the knee that is closest to the hip will now be placed on the individual's stomach. Again, post up, shin on belly, and grips can change. Notice how both hands plant. She does a push-up. The shin, not the knee, goes on the belly line. Her hips open. Outside foot is on the mat. At no point is any knee touching the mat at this point. Once we've established a great knee on belly position, we will move over into mount. Knee on belly. From the knee on belly position, we will transfer and go into mount position. If you notice, demonstrator placed both hands on the mat and drives her shin all the way across until her knee hits the mat. Once her knee hits the mat, she will windshield wiper her leg out and control into a dominant mount position. From here, we will start to work a basic cross collar position. She will open up the gi, slide palm up, fingers in, thumb out, half moon across the head, establish another tight grip, and lean forward to finish the submission. As a bottom individual, we want to learn to be able to get out of a mounted position. So as the top individual starts to go in for the cross collar grip, our demonstrator will trap the elbow, trap the leg, and bridge and roll to the side that is trapped. Again, one more time. Top demonstrator is going to reach in for the cross collar grip. Bottom comes across, traps the elbow, traps the leg, bridge and rolls into proper guard position. Now, as we go into this, we'll learn how to shrimp and get back to guard. As the bottom individual goes and starts to trap the arm, the top individual is wise, posts up her top leg to prevent the roll. As that happens, the bottom individual will shrimp out and away, making sure that his lower half of his body clears that entire mounted position. Once through, he will shrimp again to reestablish a full guard position.